When you're considering partnering with a motorcycle audio brand, one thing is for sure that's important. Is this brand fully committed to coming up with the solutions that you need to get the awesome sound into your customer's car? Well, today's feature brand, Cicada Audio, is completely dedicated to this category and continues to output innovative products and solutions for you and your customer. This is CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM, all about Cicada Audio for motorcycles. And it starts now. What's going on, guys, and welcome to another CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. We're talking motorcycle audio, and this time with a true specialist brand. We're talking Cicada Audio. This brand came onto the scene a couple years ago and has literally been 100 miles an hour, coming up with new products, solutions, kits, adapters. We're going to get through it all. Today, we've got their product specialist, Marty Deane, joining us. Marty, welcome to the show. What can we expect to talk about on today's episode?
Yeah, Ben. Happy to be here today. Today, we're going to be talking about a lot of new exciting things here at Cicada Audio. Amplifiers, component kit solutions, woofer ring solutions, and much more.
Ooh, sounds like there's a lot on the menu today, Marty. But first, we're going to give an opportunity for our partner, SiriusXM, to remind you dealers out there why this is such a great add-on sale. And when we come back, we've got Marty Deane from Cicada Audio. We're talking motorcycle audio. Don't you dare go away.
Hi, Paul Truman here with SiriusXM. We reached out to some of our partners in the industry, and here's what they had to say.
I can't say more or enough about just what it means to have our unit working with SiriusXM. It's like we're there now.
The SiriusXM service is something consumers want, right? So it's Paul.
That allows a consumer to listen to either podcasts, entertainment, sports, all at their fingertips. It's all about engagement, and that's what SiriusXM provides.
SiriusXM is a huge component in a vehicle nowadays. Consumers expect that technology to be available both in our OEM system as well as the aftermarket upgrades that they're applying to their vehicle.
Alpine and SiriusXM, through our electronics, are able to offer the consumer on the aftermarket side SiriusXM 360L, which is an expanded platform for SiriusXM. And it's really been a beneficial relationship for us with SiriusXM.
As a dealer, just remember, we don't compete with anybody else. We are absolutely one of the best profitability accessories you can add to any head unit that is SiriusXM ready.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the show. We're talking Cicada Audio, motorcycle audio, and we're going to start out of the gate with something very mighty but very small. This is a compact amplifier that packs a punch. We're talking about the FLX 700.4. Marty, can you tell us more?
Ben, our FLX 700.4, man, this thing's come a long way. This amplifier at a 5x5, 2-inch tall chassis packs quite the punch. This is 700 watts, bridgeable, built-in crossover, 4-gauge input. This thing is fantastic.
Marty, it's hard to believe all these specs that you're spitting out here on that tiny little baby of a size frame for that type of amplifier. I think there's a great opportunity to bring in our other guest who's joining us today, which is Grant McFadder, representing Trends Electronics, your Canadian distribution partner. Now, Grant, this is obviously built for a specific reason to have a small chassis that can output this kind of power. I'd like to hear what you have to say about this new amplifier.
Ben, we're super excited to get a hold of those FLX 700s because we've been selling the BDA series for just over a year now and had really good success with them. These are even more power, smaller compact chassis, that little 700 watt. I am blown away how they get that much power into a little chassis of an amplifier. So I think a lot of the cool things with design elements as well, with the little chamfered corners on the bottom, chamfered corners on the top to give you extra space in the bag because space is a premium inside that fairing.
All right, moving on from a mighty small compact amplifier to a solutions-based product, because as bike systems evolve, obviously we want to get more sound, we want to get more bass, but there is a challenge, and that is, of course, cutting into factory equipment to accommodate said drivers. Well, looks like Cicada's come to the table with a solution that is all-encompassing that'll save you a little bit of stress when trying to get a woofer into a bag. Marty, can you explain us a little bit more detail about this 10-inch woofer cut-in kit?
Well, Ben, we saw that there was a challenge in the marketplace. We had customers, shops, et cetera. They were really apprehensive about trying to install woofers in bags. Their concern was placement, where they're going to cut the hole wrong. And so we took all the guesswork out of that by really tooling a complete template that allows that cut-in kit to be placed the same way every time. no guessing. So we took all the guesswork out of adding mid-bass woofers to your Harley Davidson by using our Cuttin template system. Our kit comes complete with mounting rings, protective grills, bag braces, and all the mounting hardware required to install it properly. The integrated silicone gaskets require no additional adhesive to seal the bag. Our optional tunable 3-inch port has debris mesh integrated right into the flange.
I gotta say, leave it to Cicada to think of everything from the full template and all the hardware and even a tunable port. This is a really cool kit that hopefully will instill some confidence in you installers out there when trying to attempt putting woofers into those saddlebags. All right, let's talk about some speakers because Cicada's kind of built a reputation around the performance of those speakers. And more specifically, let's get into some two-way component kits that could be available to really get that output and that whole stage scenario set up proper for the rider.
So, Ben, we hear all kinds of great stories from our dealers and our customers. They love the power, they love the performance of our speaker systems. So we've now incorporated it into our CXK65 system. This kit includes our Carbon Matrix 6.5-inch Neo mid-range, our Road Glide replacement grill with integrated tweeter. And because we don't ever want you to feel like you don't have the right kit in stock for the guy that walks in the door with a Street Glide or Road Glide, it also includes our pre-punched Street Glide grill in the box.
Ben, dealers love these speakers, and this is just an enhancement of what was previously done with the previous generation of these. The new version of the Carbon mid-bass driver, obviously these are a shallower mount, about a half-inch shallower than the previous versions. These will drop right into your 2014 to 2023 Road Glide, Street Glide, and also the 24 and up bikes as well, with no modifications at all. So there's no heating up the pod, no grinding out the little rib inside. These drop right into the factory locations. And then I love the fact that they put the kit together with the Road Glide grill, and then they give you a pre-punched Street Glide grill. This tweeter doesn't come with it, but the grill is pre-punched for that same tweeter in there. So no matter which customer you have, a Street Glide or Road Glide customer, you have the right kit in stock all the time.
All right, we've arrived to the final product that we'll be talking about today, and this has to do with the facilitation of installation. When it comes to motorcycle audio, there's different level of installers that are attacking these motorcycles from an installation standpoint, and Cicada's come up with some pretty cool solutions to really help facilitate that by means of amp racks or amp brackets. I'm going to let Marty kind of explain the need to come up with these kits and what purpose do they serve.
So, Ben, our amplifiers are already pretty small, and typically it's not an issue with mounting them in the Road Glide or Street Glide fairing. However, we really wanted to have a really more permanent way to mount this equipment so that it doesn't require any modifications. Our new Road Glide and Street Glide amp racks do just that. Our Road Glide amp rack holds all of our amplifiers, our CX, our DSP series, and all of the new FLX amplifiers, without any modification.
Ben, these brackets were the kind of the last missing piece to the Cicada puzzle. So everyone loves the amplifiers, everyone likes the speakers, but we always got to ask, when are you coming out with amplifier brackets? So, the guys have come out with two awesome solutions here. I've got the HD AR RG amplifier bracket here, which is for the Road Glide. So this has got our DSP 600 amplifier mounted on there. So perfectly fits on there. No mounting, no modifications needed to the bike or the headlight assembly. This drops right in, mounts underneath the radio, and this is the last piece to the solution of making sure we get a nice solid mounting point for the amplifier. I've got some BDA amplifiers mounted on here. It wasn't designed for BDA, but they will fit onto these amplifier brackets. The slots on the bottom here, this allows you, if you see these bolts sliding up and down, this allows you to mount multiple sizes on there. So I've got a BDA 1000. If I had a BDA 1600 or a BDA 2000, I could still mount that amplifier on the bracket and still have it fit underneath the radio. And the last piece is for our Street Glide friends. We didn't forget you. There's the bracket for the Street Glide amplifiers as well, Street Glide motorcycles as well. So those will fit all the new CX amplifiers and the FLX amplifiers when they're available.
I want to take this opportunity to thank both Marty Deane from Cicada Audio and Grant McFadder from Trends for joining us on today's episode. Now, if you're looking for any information on any products that were covered on today's show, we do recommend you head on over to cicadaaudio.com to find out more details. And if you happen to be a dealer in Canada, of course, reach out to the friendly folks at Trends Electronics, for they are the exclusive distributor for Cicada Audio in Canada. Now, my takeaway from this, Cicada continues to prove time and time again that they are committed to innovating products specifically for motorcycle audio. They've got a fantastic selection of different amplifiers, speakers, and whatnot. What really impresses me, though, is the forward thinking of trying to find solutions to facilitate the installation of this gear onto this platform. I think it's evident in the amplifier racks that we just saw. The fact that they include both different kits for the front tweeter in the kit from an inventory standpoint, I think that's a super bonus plus. And if you look at that, the woofer cut-in kit, they thought of everything from the template to the brackets to the gasket, even down to a tunable port that even keeps debris out. This is proof in the pudding that they are always thinking about the details to make sure your installation experience is super efficient and that the customer ultimately has exactly what they want, which is an awesome sound system. That's it for the CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.